Hi everyone, it's Shaw from STK Markets. Today we've got John Forwood from the Lowell Resource Trust with us. It feels a bit like deja vu today, John. Congratulations again, another all-time high, another all-time NAV. The fund just keeps performing. There is a little bit of volatility in the markets at the moment. John, welcome. It's good to see you.
Yeah, Sean, great to be back and having a chat. Yeah, interesting times in the market. Really huge volatility in metals markets and quite a bit of volatility in the resources equities markets as well. But that not unexpected, have to say.
We've seen some big pullbacks in gold and particularly silver, but a lot of these commodities have run very, very hard. Do you see that the fundamentals have changed for these mainstay commodities, platinum, palladium, that they've all run extremely hard? But these pullbacks, a pullback in a bull market is a healthy thing because the elastic band gets stretched, it comes back through, and then it can go again as far as we're concerned. So we've been buying today, not selling. What are your thoughts?
I guess the children of the metals volatility have been gold and silver, which were up hugely in January, and then record pullbacks on the last day of the month. That volatility, not unexpected, and we think, like you, it represents a much better buying opportunity in the resources. The trigger for this volatility on the upside has been energy trading houses piling into the metal space. Gunvor, Mercuria, Vitol, and most recently Citadel, apparently the most successful commodity hedge fund ever, have been reported to be getting into the metal space. So big balance sheets throwing their weight around in markets that are substantially smaller than energy markets. And that has been definitely a contributor to the upside volatility in metals markets, particularly precious metals markets. And then on the downside, the trigger was Jerome Powell saying, I don't think we're going to cut rates at the next meeting for the US Federal Reserve. And then B, Trump nominating Kevin Warsh as the next Federal Reserve chairman, which I guess that's seen as a safer pick and a pick that's less likely but not unlikely, less likely to propose cutting interest rates. So this pullback, the fundamentals haven't changed. I think the fundamentals in terms of lower interest rates in the US, which are all important, they haven't changed. Trump would not have nominated Kevin Warsh if he thought that he wasn't going to be amenable to cutting interest rates.
Well, I think the market sort of knee-jerked on Friday night, and one thing I'm looking forward to is when they have their inaugurational speech. When he talks interest rates there, he might talk a little bit more bearish, or that he is going to cut them, and
Mm.
make it a strong rally off the back of that conversation. But yeah, it is a very interesting time today. The phone's certainly been going hot. Have you been buying today, John?
Yeah, orders that we've had on for some time, which have been out of the money, have been getting filled at lower levels today. It's definitely an opportunity, much better buying today than it was on, say Wednesday last week.
I like to say when the blood's on the street, we like to buy realistically because it's a lot easier buying a stock when it's in an overall uptrend, picking up at the bottom of I guess, the trough, the trend, and selling it off when it comes up higher. But yeah, we're certainly pleased to be adding to positions today. There's certainly some huge volumes going through. I mean, Southern Cross, there was a bid for 400,000 shares on the screen wanting to accumulate. So there's definitely some big money out there that's taking positions at these levels, like yourself, John.
Mm.
And that brings you back to your performance. You've got some big coverage from the financial review. You're certainly getting noticed with what you're doing. Have you got any more road shows planned? Are you looking for any more investments out there overseas, like you found previously?
Yeah, look, the fund is getting a more of a profile, and that coverage in things like the Fin Review and Money of Mine, that's all strong publicity for the fund. So, the fund has been invited to do keynote presentations at conferences in Germany, also in Hong Kong, also in events associated with the PDAC conference in Toronto. So hopefully try and get to some or all of those to promote the fund overseas.
We're certainly going to be back in Germany this year, so we'll definitely be talking to investors, recommending them into your fund. John, overall, so you're still overly bullish, still looking at taking positions in the market even today. The portfolio is still going to be performing. Like those results that came out, you got through the $3 NTA. That's a massive achievement. From $1.10 when people were doing the placement, you've done a buyback. Shareholders, I mean, unit holders, will be very happy with the outcomes.
Yeah, look, that's good. You know, that $1.10 placement, I think there's October or November 2024. So yes, it has been, for investors who were able to get in then, that's been a really nice return for them. So yep, a bit of a pullback over the last couple of trading days. That is the theme. The fundamentals really haven't changed much, and the fundamentals for many commodities are really, as positive as I can remember. It's hard to pick a metals commodity with too much downside.
John, I remember speaking to you 4 years ago. You called gold. You've certainly called other sectors right. So it's a pleasure to hear that you're still overly bullish, which are we at STK, and we look forward to continuing supporting you. Thank you so much for your time today.
No, that's a pleasure, Sean. Always great to chat and continue to have your support. So thanks very much.
Thanks, John.